Hi guys, a great evening to you all. Welcome back to the channel. You know it's your girl, Ancelena Versatility, Lloyd, the versatile one. The channel where you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Guys, I just want to say welcome to another evening's program of Let's Talk. And our topic for this evening is the impact of dancehall music on society. All right, guys, so you are in for a treat this evening. I am just hoping that my speakers they will show up on this platform and we can have a wonderful time reasoning and just discussing with each other. I know that I am alone here, but I am still talking. I'm excited to be here every Tuesday night and we just come and we just talk and we just share our opinion and persons learn from what we are what we are sharing. Persons are edified. All right, so guys, just stay tuned as I share out this live. Hopefully some other persons will join soon, so just stay tuned. Get a cup of coffee, right? Get a cup of coffee, get some popcorn, and relax and enjoy the evening. And I am looking forward to hearing from you also. Who goes there? I see one person just joined. I'm just here waiting on others and trying to share out the live. So you can say I so I can just recognize you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Jermix. Welcome. I'm looking forward to hearing from you this evening. If you want to join me on the platform, or if it is that you just want to text in the chat, but I want to hear your opinion or your feedback on the topic of discussion this evening. All right, so stay tuned, don't leave. I am just waiting for some other persons to join. And don't forget as you join to just like the live, all right? Okay, Jeremix, thank you. I see somebody else have joined us. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Say hi so I can recognize you if you wish. But don't forget to like the live, all right? And you may also share it out with others so they can join and be a part of the evening's discussion. Hi, Raheem. Welcome. Happy to have you on board. I hope you will stay on and share with us this evening in the chat, just the type if you don't want to be on the platform. But I will truly love to hear your opinion on this evening's topic. Welcome, guys. I see someone else joining. Welcome. Say hi so I can recognize you. Hi, Lacey. That's Jermic's sister, right? Hi, Mr. Boyd. Welcome. Happy to have you on here, Lacey. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go on over and subscribe. And don't forget to like the live, and you can also share it out. Thank you. What are you saying? Jermix, Lacey is not your sister? I just assumed because I saw the name Ebanks. So I just assumed that it was your sister. Yes, guys. So I am here just waiting on some other persons to join. So while I wait, let us just chit chat a little, no? First, by asking, are you sharing how was your day? How was your day? My day was a good one. How about you? Anybody want to share how their day was? How it went? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a mixture? Are you thankful? But despite what might happen throughout our day, we ought to be thankful because at the end of the day we have life, right? And that is something to be thankful for. So tomorrow is another opportunity to make right or to accomplish or to achieve something that we didn't get to accomplish or something that we did not get to do today that we wanted to do. So tomorrow is a second chance, right? Yes. So we are grateful that God has spared our life. Oh, oh, it's your dad. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, my day was good. I'm happy to hear that, Lacey, that your day was good. Wonderful. Anybody else? Welcome, guys. I now have 5 persons on. Welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday. This evening, we will be talking about the impact of dancehall music on society, right? It's a very touchy topic. Hmm? Yes, so I want to hear from you this evening, both the negative and the positive impact of dancehall music on society. Does the negative outweighs the positive, or does the positive outweighs the negative? We want to chit chat about that this evening. I am only seeing one of my presenters on, so I am waiting to see if any more will join us this evening. We want to start in good time. Well, school is out, huh? Yes, I know some of my students are on here, and school is out, but we still don't want to be up too late. We want to get the ball rolling. We want to get the show on the road. Yes. So nobody else is gonna tell me about their day. Nobody else. Doreen, are you on? Mr. Boyd, Jermix, Raim. Mommy, that's my friend. Yes, I know Raim is your friend. You hear Raim? As Alina hear your name. Mommy, that's my friend. Yes, I know he's your friend. Okay, so Raim is saying that his day was good. Awesome to know that your day was good. Wonderful. All right. So I guess I still want to give some more persons a few more minutes to join. I am going to pin the link for you to join me on the in the studio here. Okay, guys, let me once again say welcome to another Tuesday evening of Let's Talk. Our topic for this evening, our topic of discussion is the impact of dancehall music on society. And I am hoping to have at least five presenters this evening just to speak on the topic, just to share their opinion as it relates to or what they know of the impact of dancehall music, providing evidence also on how it affects or how it impacts our society, may it be negatively or may it be positively. So we want to look at it also in a balance. All right, so I am seeing one of our presenters here, Mr. D.I. Rasai Freckleton. You may just click on the link that is pinned to my screen so you can join me here in the studio, Mr. Freckleton. Hi, Christina. Welcome. Happy to have you on our discussion this evening. Yes. Jermix, I saw that you were trying to join, but please note that when you're joining, when you click on the link to join me here in the studio, you have to enable them to access your microphone and also your cam. Okay? If that is not enabled, then I won't be able to admit you in the studio. All right? Right. So Mr. Freckletani is now with us. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Mr.
Greetings.
Greetings. Happy to have you over here.
Pleasure.
Yes, thanks for joining again. I think Jason is preparing himself to join also.
Lovely.
So we'll just wait until about another 3 minutes and then we'll start, okay?
Not a problem.
All right, guys. So our next presenter is also here with us, Mr. Jason Boyd. All right, next minute, and we will get this ball rolling this evening.
I think some dancehall music should be in the background.
I wonder why. Why? We said
Because of our esteem.
two Vibes Cartel and to what's his name?
No,
Alkaline.
I mean, I mean,
No,
everybody.
there's a difference between dancehall and dance hall.
Okay. All right. I am looking forward to hearing the difference between the two. Oh my God. All right. So it's that time, and we are ready to get this evening's program kick started. All right. So before we start, I just want to give you just a little just one sentence, the background information as it relates to dancehall music. So it is said that dancehall music, also called raga or dub, it came up. It is one of the most popular music in Jamaica, and it began in the 1970s. All right, and with that said, I am now going to hand over to our first presenter, and I am not going to be biased, but there's no bias in
Don't be
this.
biased. Don't be biased.
I'm going to ask Mr. Jason Boyd to just kick start our evening's discussion.
All right. Good afternoon. Well, not noon. Good night.
Good
I'm so
evening.
used to doing presentations in the afternoon.
Uh,
Um, since I placed. All right. When I was given this little topic to research, um, I was a bit on the end of the positivity of dancehall, where how it has helped so many. Um,
mm-hmm,
out of some of the things that it really was brought up out of. Um, I am one of those persons who was just like I think maybe Mr. Freckleton here um had some introduction to music itself at at somewhat a tender age. Um, for me, I was very close to a sound system in my community called the Claridonian, and I was able to hear um, different types of music, not just the dancer, but the rock steady, the as well as our old people call the bugayaga. I got a lot of exposure to these songs. Um, but as we're focusing on dancehall tonight, um, we recognize in our communities, or just Jamaica on a whole, uh, a lot of persons, maybe because of our Christian beliefs and stuff like that, we we hit against dancehall hard. You know, there are positives to it, and there are negatives to it, and we could quickly rush into the negatives to say, it some of what some artists put out there are considered lewd or considered um, um, impacting uh, the young minds of the children in our communities, which
mm-hmm,
the songs glorify sex, scamming, you know, uh, all type of violence, right? So on the other hand, there are dancer artists who sing songs that are very positive, that really goes down a positive light. Because dancehall is really entertaining, entertainment, you know, as different from like the roots rock and the rock steady, which goes on maybe like lovers tune, as they would call it, into try to telling a message, you know, usually positive. So we have to understand that dancehall in itself has its own niche that it connects to in Jamaican society. You know,
yes.
Mr. Brickleton, you have anything to add to that?
Okay.
Um, it's a lot. Thanks for having me on the program. Now,
Happy
in
to have you.
relation to dancehall music and how it has been impacting our society. I'm going to use during my time here. I'm going to use a lot of anecdotal. Let me call it evidence for want of a better word.
Yes.
So Jamaica just came out of a cycle. For those who follow football, and believe it or not, football is still the 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 most common sport in Jamaica. We came out of a World Cup qualifying cycle. We were trying to qualify for Qatar. It didn't really work out, but we were doing that. Also, the West Indies just um, beat England in a test match, 5 days.
Very well.
I am saying this to say that I'm pretty certain that not many Jamaicans care one bit or another about West Indies. Them some people not even didn't know say test match I play. It's the first thing.
Me no.
Good.
I was aware.
Good.
So
Another
weird.
thing, another thing is that a lot of persons, um, even though we may know of we trying to qualify for World Cup in Qatar, I'm pretty certain that not many people care as much as they probably say. And I tell you why. For the duration of the qualifiers, Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, they played when they play at home, they play to empty stadiums. Um, I give that background to say that the past weekend, I think everybody in Jamaica witnessed Edwin Allen lift the girls' championship trophy for an eighth time in a row, and KC getting back the Marty Maggie's trophy. Why am I saying this? For 5 days, this amateur competition, the ISA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships, is an amateur competition. Amateur, first farmers to six farmers. They cannot be paid for their talent at this stage. Amateurs.
Yes.
And
Right.
we had wall-to-wall coverage. I mean, from the very first day, the very first event to the very last day, the very last event, there was blow
Even
by
though they
blow.
went overtime.
All right, they had blow by blow commentary. Let me tell
Yes.
you why I'm saying this. In recent times in Jamaica, it's not that much recent, but coming up from Herb McKinley, George Roden, Leslie Lang, and those young men coming up to Bert Cameron and the Asafas and Bowles and sorry, Sapa Bolt and and the female athletes. It's only really in recent times that everybody is now tuned to athletics. But why? Because there has been a culture change. Now, when it comes to dance hall music was a cultural identity for Jamaica.
Right.
Dance hall music, more than reggae. Bob Marley was who actually made reggae the prima donna, so to speak, of what was really happening in Jamaican music. But dance hall is inherently Jamaican. Dance hall. And that being said, dance hall then would have been an informal educational platform for a lot of youngsters in our society.
Yes.
A lot of
Mhm.
persons who grew sheltered knew some of the things for our society through dance hall music. So many persons learned about, watch this, but I tell you this. Three-quarter Jamaican would have never know what a chopper mean without the sort of secular dancehall music, not decadent dancehall music. Three-quarter
Yes.
Jamaica would not know what certain things mean.
Yes.
That has now become pop culture. Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying all this because what we realize is that in our society, in our culture or some of our subcultures are so intertwined with acidity, with violence, with death and destruction. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because watch this. Once upon a time, anybody could defend the dancehall music. I could defend the dancehall music once upon a time because it had one a
Hmm.
message. It had a message.
Exactly.
Two, it
exactly,
had an identity that says that, all right, cool. In fact, dancehall music was so influential and popular and so readily wanted globally that hip hop came from dancehall. Not many people know that.
exactly,
The
It was
dancehall.
not hip hop
exactly.
first and dancehall after. It was
Mm-hmm.
dancehall first, then hip hop.
Then hip hop.
Then
Yes.
Afro beats came also from
Or the
dancehall.
answer. Exactly.
From dancehall. But then in the past decade, or even a little bit before that, you realize that acidity would have seeped into the psyche and the mindset of the producers of this kind of music that they don't really care. And I heard my very good friend Damian Crawford, he was saying just the other day, I had to tell him that in probably dreaming. He was saying that dancehall music has no effect on crime or society, because even though a song might
Really?
say
What?
shoot people, telling somebody to shoot. But come on, I remember before the year 2003, so many things, and I don't want to say certain things, but I mean, let me, because I want to you all to know what I'm saying. Eating a banana was
Yes.
hopefully get it. Eating a banana and actually glorifying it was something that was tabooed. But then we had the teacher, Adisha Palmer, who, stylishly started to let it be so like it's appealing through the music. Then everybody want to do it and put it on video. In fact,
Yes.
between 2003 to about 2007, you could not escape every single day another school picnic, get catch in a uniform eating some sort
Yeah.
of banana. This was not the norm, but it was influenced through music. Recently, we heard of the young man Kemar from, was it William Lim or Mushet High School? One of those, I think William Lim, one of them schooler, who lost his life, and William Lim lost his life because of some gathering or them something there. These youngsters are caught up into a new
Is it my
dispensation of
internet or
tradition,
yours, Mr.
and these
Freckleton?
influences are
No, I
coming
feel you.
is coming straight from the music. That influences, believe it or not, coming straight from music. I mean, everybody want to guard up, guard up, guard up. Everybody want to be scammer and all them somebody. Are you still here, Ancelena? You still here? I don't know if you guys heard me. I'm not seeing Jason, and you are frozen. So I'm not certain if you're all hearing me. Whoa. Y'all hearing me? Like I'm here alone there. So.
Guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
I am not sure, but our internet just went down just now. Mr. Freckleton got kicked off. I believe his internet went down as well. So hopefully he will be able to join us, to rejoin us, and continue his conversation on our
Okay.
topic this evening, the impact of dancehall. But all right, but as he rejoin us, I believe, all
He's rejoining
right,
now.
Mrs. Anderson, no, Mrs. Anderson Ezrian was trying to join.
Okay.
I'm
But
not sure
all
what
right.
just happened. All right, but you can go ahead, Mr. Boyd, until he's
Okay.
able to rejoin us.
Well.
Welcome, welcome, Deaconess. Happy to have you. Hi, Roxanne. Welcome. If you want to join me here on the platform as well and make your contribution on this evening topic,
As
I am happy to have you. All right, Mr. Freckleton is back. What you were saying, Mr. Boyd, you may continue.
yeah, as I was as Sir Ferguson was saying, the negative impact of dancehall runs deep. Um, it it I was doing some research before I came on, and it was showing that studies show that due to some of the songs that have are been playing, you know, the persons have gone to try and act out these things also. I
Yes.
remember this pastor who was shot in the church. They went into the church and did the shooting. And did you know that there was a song out before that says, even if you're running at the church, I'm gonna come in there and shoot you. So
Mm,
I think that was a very, very popular song. You know, Cartel has songs that he has done about me murder people in a broad daylight, and this has caused a lot of violence. They had said that dancehall music has given into what they call misogyny, which is really um, the sexual way that we pre-women, put it that way,
mm,
where we deal with women.
yes.
Dancehall music has let us look at women in a like not as another human being, but the piece of meat. It even set our minds to think of women as something to with us, quote unquote, ram out and so there's no intimacy, in it. It's rough, it's hard, it's just like that. And that's how the music is. Um we see our young men in our country right now, because of the scamming also, the songs have also taken that direction. And we realize that the songs are so intertwined with the culture of
Welcome,
dancehall.
musicians.
Basically, what they are singing
Saka,
is,
saka. Brown says saka, saka.
yes, Saka Saka. Based on what they are singing, based on what they are producing out there, you know, the young minds and even elders, have taken on to
Yes.
what these artists preach, right? So there is we can't run away from that. A lot of things that are happening now in our society. Dancehall music has started it.
Influenced it or contributed to it.
Like I would say it gave them the tools. Trust me. That's how powerful it is. It gave them the tools. Listen,
Yeah.
um, we have done where there was this artist named Gold God, and this artist
Oh
sing,
God, that one is new to me.
he have a chop on the line, and then he went on in the song to to basically teach how to do the chop, you know, talking in the American language, hello sir, you know,
Oh, the chopper
yeah,
lifestyle. Me wonder what chop. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that
So
part.
there. That's why I went so far to say it seems like the music itself is giving these young persons and elders. I can't stop saying that, because elders now
Yes,
gravitate
man.
the music so in such a way. You understand? While on the other side, you have you have music that are so positive. You know, there's this guy.
You're back with us.
Mhm. Good to see you again, sir.
Continue.
You know, and then on the other side you have some people who are so positive. The way how the music that they produce. You know, I could say Assassin is that has become one of the positives dancehall artists out there because I think before he was more of one of the quote unquote ruffians of the dancehall music, but since a few years now he has been coming into this type of DJ where he is talking really about life and really hardworking and talking about just normal things, every day to day living, you know. So on some sides there are positives to it, but the mass of it is really negative. Is really
Negative.
negative because
You see,
a lot of
Yeah,
times,
just
a lot of times it shows, as I said before, the way how it is preached. Everybody want the quick money. Everybody want get it fast. You know, me have to bust a gun to get this and me have to lock a thing. You
mhm.
know, that is the type of thing that the music preaches. Yo, me have to have 50 girl. I me have to change one every night. So
And during
it
my
breaks
research,
down.
what's the reason why they say that the music, dancehall music, is so influential is because most of the young people they see these artists as their role models.
Yes,
So that's
guys.
why
I
they're
mean,
so influenced. They want to be like them. They want to do
listen.
whatever it is
If
that they're
we
saying.
as a dancehall heart, a young man wants to have certain things. He wants to be a leader. Um he wants to be the topper now, the boss, the dan. Everybody he wants to be that. And the music teaches him that or has taught him that if I um choppy line, as they put it, right? The scamming.
Yes.
I can
They
get a
want to let
hundred
people know
thousand
what
by
a chopper
tomorrow,
explicitly what chopper is.
right? I can buy a car, I can buy a house, I can have this, I can drive up. Nobody can basically stop me from getting anything that I wanted. So when that is thrown out there over and over, and the music is telling them that listen, you can do this and this is good, and look at the hype, look how we look at the visuals of what being a chopper is. No man, peer persons, the young mind will run after it, and some of the elders are, as I continue to reiterate.
Yes.
you
Before
see,
before you resume, Mr. Freckleton, I have Israel online as well, and I would like to hear from her. Then we'll come back to you. Ezrian, are you available to speak now? All right. It seems she's not available, so you may go ahead, Mr.
all right.
Freckleton.
So I was thinking about this, and when I heard Mr. Boyd speaking, it just bring my attention to the fact that you see our culture has deteriorated so far, and not all of it is to be blamed on music. Let me just make that clear, because I wholeheartedly believe that the home and family feel them youths there before music play a part in that. So the family are the first component that failed.
Hearts in the
And
home.
because the family failed, those youngsters are looking in other directions for things that the family is not bringing towards them.
Yes.
The sort of mental stability and all that sort of something. And then when you look inside your communities, the pastor and the teacher and them people are not the people who you see as marginally, successful. Well, you probably see them as just
Yes.
marginally successful because the teacher probably still take a taxi to go to work. Yeah, the teacher is a teacher, a professional, but still have to be going to take. And everybody who are go to work for the most part, I take a taxi to go to work. You get them with the point. And then you have some youths who call themselves music producers,
He's
who are
doing
actually,
something.
for the most part, just violence producers.
He's doing something.
But then, Jesse probably know me I talk about. Some of these, you know, music individuals then. These individuals are able to, one,
Yes.
are able to portray a lifestyle where the youngsters them don't see a lot of people living. Some of these
No.
artists and stuff like that they look up to are going to be individuals who drive the best vehicle ever. Them youths are just Axios and Mark X and Dimmer
The
and
internet is giving us a fight this evening. Sister Mariel, welcome. Welcome, Sister Mariel. Can you hear me, guys? Are you able to hear me?
yeah man, I'm hearing you. Right, I'm no longer hearing you.
Triple.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Are y'all hearing me now?
I'm back also. Yes.
All right, lovely. Somebody says that when the youngsters look and them say like a regular man who work at a
Mm-hmm.
he work at a regular place, a Maypen or
Mm-hmm.
wherever else, and he has to be taking taxi every
Yeah.
morning, every evening. And when them look, them say some of the youth them who them ever clean and fresh, them always in the latest, whatever, them drive the latest stuff like that. No, they're going to gravitate towards it. No, it comes down to what we have as morals and values and attitudes. If you're hearing me, Jason, just give me some signal if you're hearing me.
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
All right, lovely.
Ah,
So go ahead.
yes.
All right, cool. So them the youth, they know people them what they are. Those youths are not going to be gravitating toward what we call, normal success. They want the quick thing. And then again, for the most part, one of the reasons why most of those young men, them may address right here, so now, and them alone, them may address now though. Those young men gravitate to what they gravitate is because the young women are not going to be enticed unless they have what to entice them. And we already hear the song, Who She Want in Her Hole.
Exactly.
I'm not even going to
And
say
that's
it.
a big part of it, sir.
It talk about which man she want in her hole. And never doctor, nor lawyer, nor teacher, nor dentist.
Exactly.
It talk about which man she want in her hole. And it becomes and it became a hit. And nobody saw whatever. In
Yes.
the beginning, I said that there's a difference between dance hall and dunce hall. And I personally will defend the dance hall. Book, uno pressure, uno book. I will defend the dance hall any day, every day. You get the point? I can't defend dance hall. I don't know how to defend dance hall. I don't know how to defend coming out and talk about walk like a dog and cock up and take a leak. And then you're
Yes.
singing that song, degrading the very same females who still go down on all fours like some dog, cocking up and taking a leak. You understand? The very same females, even in schools. I remember I was invited to speak at a school in
On
St.
all
Elizabeth.
fours.
Bridget, I was invited to speak at a school in St. Elizabeth. And they
Just
also
switch me back.
invited another artist named Lali.
Lali. The
And
one that
I mean,
everybody.
I did not. Well, I would have heard in parts his hit song. Let me tell you what that hit song was about. The hit song was about what? I forgot what song. What conflict? Oh, what the girl want is cornflakes and banana water. For those who have, just. And every student at the school know the song. And I mean, like the song get real pull up every second, it have to pull up back. And I'm saying, not myself, I say, yo, my God. I mean, it's festive and it's all nice and all them something. But that is where the culture start deteriorate from, because those youngsters are now exposed to something that should have really been, kept away from them until they are able to make a decision whether or not they want. But it is in front of them face that the girl want cornflakes and a particular type of water that when me used to go to school that was tabooed. So at this of the thing go. So every youth want a gun. And not just that, the very same songs, the culture is that, yo, if me and Jason in a problem and me can't catch Jason, me I got Jason yard and me I kill all the dog with it. And that is
Yeah,
what the
man.
youth, realize that now that every time when you hear news and you hear some place shut up, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, I get shot, them go for one somebody. But the culture is that, yo, when we go there, we are kill them all and done, kill them all and done. And we gravitate to them so and realize, say, yo, we are destroying ourselves. So that is what we call dancehall. Dancehall, I cannot defend the dancehall, but dancehall have a message of positivity. Dancehall still talk about woman without being disrespectful or degrading. Dancehall probably still talk about violence, but talk about violence in a one way that is going to overshadow what the culture should represent. Over to you all.
Right here, man. I'm here.
Yeah, man. So over to you. All right, lovely.
Well, it is, it is weird in a sorry. um, it gives us this little time to really look at really effects, and we know it. You made a really good point up there where a lot of the young females out there, they accept this thing so deeply that the males have to try and, in order to get with these females, have to be putting themselves at a place where um they are in the negative, right? Just to get that female over to their side, you know. We can't take it for granted that they want to interact with females in that type of way, because males and females, we all know, understand that, right? And we have to look a certain way to get. And if a song say gunman, she want in her, you understand? That is what a
One.
man, a young boy, I gonna try get to, to make sure that him can get a girl to go down in a, you understand? So that's a very strong point you made. A very strong point you made. It goes back to, the grooming in the household though. Um and I remember when I touch on that point, if the homes get it right, if the homes get it right, dancehall will not affect that much, if the homes get it right, if the parents are still the main influencers of their children, they will not have these issues.
That is the
Because
basic.
when you
Sorry to cut you, Jason, but
continue, sir.
that should be the takeaway leaving here. I would not like parents to think that we are just condemning without us. The solution is that Jamaica for far too long has left the upbringing of children to those people who have no business raising those children. Let me tell you this. All the places I have lived with as a child were inner city, abject poverty ridden and stricken communities. Ghetto, real ghetto place. That the influences were strong. where it in relation to young men going on that conveyor belt of death and destruction. But even though I'm from a single parent family, I had a father who not only was a man who pay the rent, he was a pay rent. Too many adults are just paying the rent, but are not parents.
Yes.
So daddy was there, and I didn't like my father growing up because I just thought that
Be-
boy, this man now I'm do nothing. Him now I'm go nowhere. Church and school, church and school were the only places this man want me to go. In fact, I was a skillful footballer. From I was 9 years old, I was playing for Clarendon under 9 and under 12. Till I started playing for Glenmuir, till I started playing for Harborview under
Wow.
17. And this man did not want me to go to no training. I didn't play the Costa Cup because training was on Saturdays. Saturday, I forgot church. So I never liked this man growing up. But when I grew older, I
Yeah.
realized what he was actually saving me from. So if parents can not leave the culturalization of their children to the informal education system, the music and all of those things, then it will not have as powerful and impact as they do now. Society get it wrong and backwards all the time. Every time let me tell you something, when you see him bolt run and him
All
go and
right,
boom,
just hold a bit, Mr. Freckleton. I know my
mm-hmm,
internet is giving trouble, so I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly. You can hear me clearly? All
I
right,
am.
so we have a question. We have a question here for you. So Brown is asking, so what about the homes that have done their part and children still go down that road? Is it that the home would have failed them at that point?
All right. Thanks for that question. Now, I'm going to answer it by saying this. In everything that we're talking about here, there will be exceptions. There will be exceptions. 40 students will sit in the same class, face the same teachers, get the same textbooks, but there will be some who still fall through the cracks. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I was one of the fortunate ones to, what daddy was trying to instill in me actually soak. I had a cousin who lived with us who it never reached him none at all because him still turn, bad man, turn, say him a gang leader and blah. So even though, the influence was there, it all starts with the mental fortitude of the individual. The thing is that my father normally tell me, you can lead the donkey to the well. You can push the donkey head in the water. You cannot even open him mouth and fill it with water and tickle him throat. But if that donkey don't want to swallow, you're wasting your time. So there are so many who will hear the word. The Bible talk about it too. The seed. So many will hear the word. You understand? But not everybody will do what they hear. So why am I saying all of this, bro? Is that the family can do their part and that child still decide. Say old people say tick bucking at them ears. Still decide that boy them go. It's no secret. Enough pastor have some children who they are not so proud of as though they probably want to be proud. And you try your best, but some people may fall or will fall through the cracks. It's not to say that the family has failed then, because when man on earth has done their best, angels in heaven can't do no more. So let us hope that you are one of those persons, Brown, who would have been adhering to the positive influences and moving in that direction.
So she's also saying that peer pressure is real regardless of how good parents are. So not
It
all of
is.
them are strong minded and yes, are able
But
to choose correctly or the right path. They choose to follow and be influenced by their peers.
as I said, it takes also individual mental fortitude. I remember I was around a whole lot of virgins and people who were trying to influence me into certain things. I mean, I mean, I am not a virgin now, so to speak. And I didn't venture into anything in that department until I was 19 years old. Even though, for the most part, I was on my own. I've been living on my own from I 15. Yeah? And I have been around acidity almost all of my life. But what was instilled in me by my father stayed with me, even to this day.
All right, Mr. Freckleton. I'm gonna ask Israel, are you ready to speak? Or Sister Mariel, are you ready?
I was
All right,
I
I
was
know
just
that you
enjoying
are ready.
everyone.
Huh?
Uh,
We
We
I
having
was
internet issues.
Yes, I am having very, very, very bad internet issues. Every minute I am on and off.
I'm
So
hearing
who's
you
Good
going to
night,
clear.
speak?
everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Israel.
Thanks, sir. Freckleton is gone. I don't see him.
No, he's still here. He's still here with
Okay.
us.
Okay.
All right, so Israel is gone. Sister Mariel?
yes, I'm here.
All right, you may speak now. Share your two piece. Lady
Well,
with the knowledge.
I was enjoying it.
We know, but we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. The men want to hear from the ladies.
Ah, well, my point is there are two sides to a person, and the upbringing of a person does make a difference. And it, if you look on most of the young people that come out of the ghetto, when I say ghetto, you all know what I mean. Those that come out to something, they didn't have to do it, right? Because they born in our
True.
era and then
Yes.
spirit are gone in that ear. They could do that, right? And they hear the singing, they hear the songs and whatever. But they choose not to. They choose to
Yes.
um be be the change. And you will hear that they are the first one that come out of that family that go to university. They
Yeah.
are the first one out of the entire family. Remember, family is like mother,
Yes.
father, but you have grandparents and great grandparents are still family. And that one child
Mm-hmm.
is the first one that come out of that whole family, that either a doctor, teacher, whatever. So it all depends on the person. Because you can be playing your song, well, from I was growing until now, my thing I love. So all the way I come afterward, I love lovers song. So my singer would be like Berry and them foreign guys there will sing them kind of nice song there. So all of the other one where I tell you if you do whatsoever and whatsoever, that wouldn't be my thing. So there are two sides to a person. You either choose, me can bring up my child and if child can come out a Christian woman still turn gunman or whatever the child want to be. But even you could have cut her mouth and put God in it. It all leave up to the child. A parent can just do so much and no more. Because you ever see some people say they strong will? They just they just decide say until some of them go out there and buck them to, and when they buck them to now and then run back to mama. That's those that decide to run back home. Because some of them buck them to and then really not come back home. So for me, everything have an influence on people. If you watch this young singer, the guy that have the twin, You know that singer, he sing almost like Berries. And if you check him, we say him, I'll watch that person and listen to that person from him a young person, right?
Oh, that's Romain Virgo.
Romain Virgo, right? So everybody have influence. I can say, boy, I mean like how that person they move and so on. Or I would like to me hear one little baby one time and say when they ma interview me ask him what he want to be. He say he want to be a gunman. And he asked him to spell gun, he can't, maybe he put one gun in there and he can't even hold it. And he was just a little baby. So everybody is influenced. A person is influenced. It all depends on the person. Songs, it depends on the person. Why you choose to listen to those songs and make it influence you? Look on the amount of songs where come on the radio. Why you choose to listen that those songs and love those songs and dance to those songs? Why, if a lover song is coming or something else that tell you something positive, you know, pay it no mind? Why? That's your mentality. That's you. So to me, even when they're coming from a Christian woman, even when you're teaching, yes, you as a parent have the right. That's your God-given right to teach them. And if you tell them no only dirty word, as a parent, your duty is to train up your child in the way where you don't uh well maybe say boy for my mother name this and for my mother never that time, but you come up and you know better than what your mother know. So train up your child. And you can't only leave it there. You could have even tied it in a church. And when
There,
the child is 20 or so, even from 18 going up, in decide say church enough in thing and you know love where you attack and mama attack foolishness. What are you gonna do?
mhm. there,
So
there, there is some,
huh?
there is, there is something ingrained in our. I would say our genes. Black people, I guess everybody, but black people. You see the beat of a drum. You see that that music in itself, because it's not just the lyrics, because at first what catches you, especially with dancehall music,
The beat.
I'm not hearing.
electrifying, the pulse is filled with so much vigor that
Internet is poor.
sometimes your body is moving and you don't even realize
But
it,
um
or your head is nodding, but you don't realize that's how
but um Sister Boyd, Brother Jason,
Yes.
um all right. Say for
Can you hear
instance,
me?
yeah, I am hearing. I'm not hearing Brother Jason, I'm hearing you. Hello?
The internet is giving trouble. The internet is giving trouble. Go ahead, Sister
Yeah,
Mary.
hearing your sister Mariam.
All right. I, I don't have a problem with rhythm. As me say, me love dancing. But to me, the words of the song affect me. And maybe it's what I love. I love music will tell me something nice. So the person, the rhythm no really matter to me. I will dance to a rhythm. But me have to hear the words I sang first. If I the pure rhythm, me I dance so fine. If no words no depend me, we still dance to the rhythm. But the words of the song affect me. I am not gonna dance to a rhythm that the words tell me to bend down and what have you and what have you and what have you. But there are some people that like it, all old people too. but some of us different. So what I am saying uh, to parent, because there was one question, a question was posed about parenting and so on. And I was saying that you could teach the child as long as you can teach the child, but the child have to make a change. Even when the word of God say you have to train them in the way they must go, and when they're old, they will not then depart from it and go out, and God have to carry them back in because they have to go there and enjoy, because a lot of them say Christianity is boring. So that's just what I have to say about that. It all depends on the person. You train the person, you tell the person everything. And whether you listen dance all morning, nigga, day or night, it all depends. It's a personal thing. Because I remember that little baby boy when they interview him, he saying want to be a gunman. Me not forget it. And he was just a baby, a little boy. You know, I figure sit down that little boy
And
and
where
tell
do you think you got that from, Sister Mariel?
yeah, it, maybe hear some other little, maybe hear some other little one, or maybe people, children listen people talking, and then they hear stuff and then don't understand. So, but then put their little thinking to it. Because for him to say he want to be a gunman, there must be something. Just pick it up so. He either hear the conversation, or if him a watch television somewhere, him get it somewhere for him to say he would like to be a gunman when he grow up. So that little boy, know you as a parent hearing that, you have to sit him down. And I don't know how good you can be if you get it out of him. So that's my little bit. I don't know if it is sensible.
Very much sensible. Thank you so much for sharing, Sister. Adrian, over to you.
But the internet is crappy tonight.
You all hearing me?
That's very,
That's all I hear from you.
yes, in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Well, if that's the only thing you say, that it is good.
Sister Mariel, the internet giving trouble, but boy, the traffic are rough tonight. Impact of dancehall. Anyway, the negative impact of dancehall is there, because you know, Sister Mariel is saying they are positive song, but when me go to dancehall, me no want a song where I go make me just a rock two side and just lean back. More a song where me run out and say, put up my gun finger in the ear. More a song where say, light the torch so till all fire blaze up in the ear. And me a spread things and yes, you understand. And then you become a part of you, become your lifestyle. You understand? So if me have 6 man, me go and extra that to make 7. And all of them something they may have me go and keep enough man, because if me have 10, me I go have 11 man to say, boy, when girl good, or when girl great, girl great. It give you a hype. You
Mm,
understand? So it become a part of you after a time.
yes.
All right, so the children now going. I remember when I was going to school, if the taxi man not playing a song, me not take that the car there. When I was a young girl growing up. Because me I go to school now under the stress, and me never like school. Me still not like school. But me just know say I the way that. Never like go to school. So me I go to school under the stress. And me just want to hear little vibes, go to school, build me momentum. When me I come back home, me just want to hear little vibes too. That was how I was. And then alright, with my children now, them well I don't even have a radio. I don't have a radio at home, but they trust me, they know songs just the same because they go out there and they hear it. So you don't necessarily have to
Yes.
play a song at your home or anything like that. Because I remember one time my sister-in-law, Tiffany, she went to a party one night and everybody was, what song name again? One Job. Everybody do the one job, one job, one job. She laugh, she don't know what to do because she don't know the song at the first she hear it. And she just come home and she said, Brianna, we go one party last night and me and them a do one job. Oh, one job though. Me say, Brianna, if you know one job though, yeah, me tell the as high school lingo, you must know it though. And yeah, she know it. And she not play me hard or anything, but she know the one job. She said she hear it in a bus. So they are exposed to these things, but I think the only thing you can do is talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. And sometimes I would see experiences that I would share with Alicia, like real life experience. Like if I know something happened to a person, if I see it on the news, or sometimes I even show a movie, right? You understand? You see persons trying to do this and then you fall back in them face. So you make them know say and everything will glitter a goal. And even though you feel like this way is the right way, you hear this type of song I play. And it is encouraging you to do this, it is encouraging you to do that. It not necessarily work out in the end. But the negative impact of dancehall. It's just that without the negative you don't feel the vibes. Because me, Lady Star say, what is song go Lady Star sing again, Ancelena? Where go again?
Which one?
What's it? I soon tell her the song, man.
Oh, well, if you sing, follow me along.
I soon tell her the song, man. The song about man of the least of my problem. So me left
Oh,
idiot for them. Me too cute for mix up
mm-hmm.
and blame blame. So when you hear them song, some woman just a go run with some boy sometime and run with some man and independent woman, me can't mind
Yeah,
myself. Man of the
I'm
least of
here
my
for
problem.
you.
Call when more and start out and after that. It become a lifestyle because of the songs that are being sung. And people, as Brother Freckleton said and Jason said, persons look up to these persons and sometimes when you believe it, yes or no, the songs that they sing sometimes it is actually the life that they are living. Look at Buju, driver, don't stop at all. It was actually that was actually a part of Buju Life with Driver was a patrol, him weed thing and all of that. Look for him cartel, chop up boy fine fine and all of them something. They did
Yeah.
it in a song too. You understand? So sometimes it is
Hmm.
their lifestyle and when persons have these persons as role models, it becomes a problem because you want to be like them and then the persons that are in their immediate circle want to be like them. So it just kind of spread negative. But let me tell you something. The negative dancehall now go away. It now go away because persons feed on that. Understand? It give them a hype. Same like Elephant Man say, much Elephant Man knows that them a go charge him because bad when him gas thing. He knows that them a go charge him for bad when and him go a some face. But him a cost them same way. He rather go pay the money. Because him say give him a
Because it's
hype
what
and
the
give him a
public want,
vibes.
right?
You understand? In performance can't go without the bad with them. Because that a theme thing. So it always a go there, right? But we have to just know how we talk to our children. And I see somebody type in the chat that sometimes you grow your children good and they go out there and they peer pressure is there and you grow them good, but all you can do is talk. Just talk.
Hmm.
So that is what I do. You know everything out there. So you just talk. You talk to them as
Um,
you know that you're coming across these things every day. You talk and you pray. You know that this is going to happen or this is likely to happen. But just talk, 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 talk. Alicia said me talk to her about things so me feel say she had to do. I don't know if that is true, but me just always attack. Me just always attack. Always attack. Always attack. And best believe, sometimes parents, I don't even know how to say this, but I think sometimes Christian parents are too rigid when it comes to their children. Yeah, sometimes we have to, especially when they get saved young, you have to understand that they get saved young. So you have to give them chance to live too. It's not like you're gonna make them go out of context or whatsoever. But my children can dance. I teach my children to dance. As person might look at Alicia and she looks so simple. If you see she dance, you can't believe, you're frightened. Pinky, the same thing. Pinky said, Mommy, why we must learn to dance? Me teach them to dance because let me tell you something. Things are go, they're not gonna need it later in their life. I like Pinky will say, Mommy, Why you teach me for wine? Me say you might not understand now. But me no want when him couple year from now when she married. She can't move her waist. Me can't go teach her again because her waist done set already. You understand? So certain things I teach my children, I allow them to live. And I'm not going to let them go to convicts and do certain things. But I don't want Christianity to be like a chore for them. I don't want it to be boring for them. I make them dance, but I make them dance to Christian songs. I make them dance to the Jehovah, I trust in you and Jerusalem and them carry on, see me. But I let them dance. I don't want my kids to be boring. I don't want them to think that boy, they can't wait to become 18. They can't wait to become half age. So they can just go and left Christianity. Many of the times they run gone because they just can't manage. The Christianity just boring. All them a do a pray. All them a do a fast.
Um,
Yeah, they have to live too. Yes, they have a, yes, they have to live too. And we as parents have to understand that.
uh,
Somebody saying something?
Yeah, man. If I may,
see,
you
oh,
mentioned something
All right,
earlier.
before you come in,
uh, okay, okay.
we have Deaconess Turner on the platform. I would like to allow her to speak. Then we go to our final thoughts. So, Deaconess, over to you.
Great night, each and everyone.
Good night, Deaconess Turner.
Greetings,
Probably
Deaconess.
have to probably probably have to teach me how to dance, deaconess, at this. But anyway, I'm listening in. I joined late and I'm listening. And one of the point that I heard deaconess touch on and was the point where he said sometimes we are too strict or hold out too much on our children. Let me tell you something. Our children know more than us. May I tell you honest
So true.
truth. I have a son, and I don't know if India just a wait till in touch 18 in Ghana. But let me tell you, yes, when I am not here because he's here most of the time, I don't play reggae music. For ever since I don't play reggae music. Even when I wasn't a Christian, I don't play certain music, right? It must be conscious music. And when I'm not here, let me tell you, even when I come from church, persons will just say, oh, what kind of dance all over your house? Neighbors are saying that. So sometimes you grow up with children, the more you want them to grow up and in a strict, you're strict, but you're showing them the way. But at the end of the day, there are other influences out there. And I think one of the dancehall is one of the biggest influence on our children nowadays, right? It influences them in a good way, positive way, and also a negative way. Because I know within myself, even with the job pants at them bottom and all of those stuff. Those are where they get it from. I mean, when I was reading an article about, I don't remember his name, but he tattooed his eye, right? And I remember I heard a young guy saying that he wanted to tattoo his eye in a pink. And I was saying to myself, what kind of example is that? You understand what I'm saying? So it influenced them both bad and good because you have some conscious, conscious songs that can be sung even by us Christians when you listen to them, right? Even this one that's saying gratitude is a must. That is a song that I listen. It is not on the Christian side, but yes, still it can be listened by anyone and it influences you. You understand? But you have some that, my God, certain things that they talk, even some of the artists have some things about the female. Sometimes I wonder, you know, sometimes they talk about things that happen in their life and what they do and what they would do if somebody diss them. It influences children nowadays to retaliate. There's no peace in some of the songs that they are singing, right? And let me tell you something, children listen to these songs if even they don't listen it at your home. As you said, Deaconess, on the road you can hear them. You pass them day by day, you are hearing them. So even when you have never played it, it is still being hearing, they still hear it, still at their ears because it is being placed playing elsewhere. You understand? So for me, it have a big influence, and it influences persons more negatively than the positive part, because I think people gravitate to negativity more than how they gravitate to the positiveness of things. My take on it.
All right, there are 2 points that I probably want to touch on. That went earlier on. I think because Ezrian said earlier on that things the negative in dance can cut out. I like to draw for data, and I did say earlier on that hip hop came from dance hall. And let me just say there's a stark difference between reggae and the dancehall. Reggae music is the conscious liberty, while dancehall is the more rigid, societal stuff. But in the USA, in the US, hip hop had reached such a stage that there was this thing, and you can research it, the East Coast, West Coast beef. It was a big war. Tupac and Biggie.
Tupac and Biggie.
Mid 90s to late 90s. Tupac, Biggie, Nas, all of these people.
Yeah, man. Snoop Dogg. Yeah, man. All of them.
But when the powers that be decide to say, yo, too much violence, this thing has spawned too much violence, a stand was taken. And yes, the violence cut down drastically. Yeah, you still have these young artists from Chicago and Compton and them play. Them still drop like flies, but that's the life that they choose, because for the most part, them align themselves to either the Bloods or the Crips. That's our next story. But I believe that some of the decadent, the lewdness and lasciviousness in dancehall music can become a thing of the past. But it won't happen overnight. That's the first thing. Second thing, the artist that it was rumored that he tattooed his eye. It was not tattoo. It was actually a contact. It is alkaline. He didn't tattoo his eyes. That was just an image that he wanted people to think. But he didn't tattoo his eyes. It was a black contact lens. And people thought that he actually tattooed his eyes.
Exactly.
So, different things.
Exactly.
And people want to go, they go tattoo them eye because them things that him tattoo him eye, but him not tattoo him eye. You see, we have to.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go damage himself because he want to look like his artist when him artist safe and sound, just put in a contact lens, and as soon as him not want it anymore, take it out. Crazy.
Brother Freckleton.
Greetings.
You know that people imitate people, right?
Definitely.
All right. When I got saved, we couldn't cream with ear, we couldn't wear jewelry, we couldn't wear 2 rings at church. I was the first one that wear 2 rings, and it caused an upstart. And a pastor lady come at church, and her ear straight that time, creamier now in a New Testament. And that time it was a wig, and nobody never knows a wig. And you know that members of our church start cream their ear.
But hold on, Sister Mariel, read it.
So when people look at you, no, listen, when people look at you that are in position, people that are in position. And if me did want creamy ear long time, I see you come, not knowing how wig you have on. But me did want to do me that time, I know cream ear, I straighten the ear. But there's a difference. Ear. So by a straighten the ear, because you get the comb, whether you use fork or you use the comb, and you straighten your ear. And me see you come, and me did want straighten for me a long time. And you as a up the person, and we didn't know nothing about wig. So me go do mine, not knowing how wig you have on.
You see, culture has a lot to do with what we call it the sandwich methods. I remember my church when I started, because I do it specifically because for one, it cost me way less to pay at the bar. And then I didn't want to just lock my hair, so I decided to grow it, and I didn't want to afro it because afro is decadent. So I decided to sponge it, and people at my church them have a problem, but I'm always forthright in how I speak. And I tell them that if you can show me biblically that I cannot sponge my hair, don't give me your doctrinal views. That's your views. Show me biblical that I should not sponge my hair, then I won't do it. And them come down hard on me. And I was in charge of the entire Central Jamaica Conference in terms of Manchester, St. Catharines, and Clarendon, in terms of doing a particular program every Saturday. during COVID, and they actually want to stop me become a sponge be here, and then they get a pastor to come and preach, and the pastor have
And
no
the
heart,
pastor here.
and the pastor. For the entire time, I open my video for the entire time, and I make me ask questions a day just until because I just wanted
Yes,
somebody, and from that, I mean, I see everybody start doing it. So I think that
yes,
influence goes and comes, and we have
yes.
to be careful what we want to be hard and fast on because of a particular sectoral view when it is not the issue that we should be really be focusing on. I have said it before that dancehall music will continue to influence
Will
generations,
continue.
but
Yes.
the family can take a step from before
All
because the
right.
family is the first pillar of society that feel any youngster. It's not the
Any.
school, it's not the church, it's not the government. The family is the first failure if there is a failure. And the family is also the first pillar of success if there is
I
success.
strongly believe so too.
So if me tell you now, me grew up against everything. Yo, everybody around me drink and smoke and have some lewd and lascivious behavior. People normally
Come
say, yo,
on.
discipline you. I have never drunk. I've never, when I never drink outside our context. I have never ever smoked in a really matter what. Beady, cigarette, ganja. I've never done it. I've never been enticed by it. It has always been around me. And I was never one. I mean, come on, I've been living on my own farm. Me at 15 years old. And it was when me at 19 years old, I decided to say, I want to turn man. Those who want to read between the lines can do so.
Brother
And
Ferguson,
it was because of what my father instilled in me. I never liked the man because he was just too strict. But
Yes.
when I became
But
older, I realized what he was doing. I'm going to thank him every
yes.
day.
I think we need
Yes.
to change our
The
mindset
scripture.
Mm-hmm.
though, because Bounty Killer did book. But how many persons remember that? People remember anytime. Hungry again, you go see me 9.
Yes.
What did Cartel did
Uh, Cartel,
schoolgirl don't get
pretty like a
target
coloring
and
book.
emergency. But nobody no remember about emergency we are suffering here. People remember about me bust me gun without license, shot by top boy years like Tyson and them the
Yes.
song of the remember so the mind we need to
The
change so.
negatives are easier
Yes.
to be gravitated to.
um I would say I don't want my son or my daughter to want to
It's
live the life that says
Son, is
You
the
hear
sun
that,
not
Sister Ancelena?
is the sun coming
wink,
right now?
wink, wink. um, me never believe you when you said it's something tight and to squeeze you, right? I don't want the one we say, the one, the one we say, back it up on the dumper truck, turn round feet, yeah, right? Um, I would implore parents to play the role that they should to their children, monitor their behavior, ensure that they maintain a level of respect for themselves, right? Because if that is not there, the TV and the radio is not going to promote the good moral values as what Sir Freckleton was saying.
Um,
They
right,
they just
Roy.
want to make money. They just really want to make money, and because dancehall is a big business. We have to put that in there. It is
Yeah,
big business. It makes a lot of money in Jamaica.
yeah,
It
the things
carries
for
a
the
lot of
limelight.
person
Hello.
overseas into Jamaica. Some fests always sell off money. Sting people are fly from all over the world just to come to here. Yes, yes, money can be had from this. But really and truly, it is going to take the parents that will build that. Sister, it was said earlier that train up the child in the way he should grow, and when he is older, he will not depart. It is not speaking about the lifestyle. It's not speaking about what you're putting the child. It's speaking about the lifestyle that you want them to live, right? So they will move from being a Christian, but you see that what you put in them, it will never leave this. It will never
Deacon.
leave their mind. It will never leave their thoughts. So what I'm trying to say is put in into that child good morals, good way of behaving, good way towards themselves and towards other persons, and that will
Deacon.
it will stay there.
Deacon.
Yes,
Go
Sister
Deacon.
ahead,
Mary.
Sister Mariel.
Go ahead,
I'm
Sister Mary.
hearing you talking about what we should do. You leave out one important thing. Love. You
Show
have
them
to
love.
love,
Yeah.
genuinely love the child, whether you're a child or you are a guardian for a child. You have to love the child in the way that the child is not afraid of you, because you can be teaching the child something, but the child is still a little scared of you. You have to love the child, that the child is not fearful. You know what I did when Lisa start when me think say she start having boyfriend. Lisa baptized when she had 10. So you know say him baptized little bit. But when me say hello, me know say you are talk to somebody. Me no want hear out a road. Me no want hear out a road. Me no want to go out a road and hear
Go
say
here.
you have on your uniform and you catch up out a road. Anybody where you attack to can't come a yard. Me no know about, I know about Rona Gavi when she used to go on there. And
I know that story
you
very
know
well.
too. And Gavi people come on me
Even
yard.
before I came to his.
Yes,
Yes,
Gavi
I
people come
know.
on me yard.
My
And our husband now, then got Vertex together. Me say, can then come a yard. Me
yeah,
no
yeah,
want
yeah, yeah,
hear about it out the road, because your uniform makes a difference.
Watch your sister Mary.
Me
yeah.
say me and your daddy are Christian, your daddy are deacon. The only thing Leroy say put on clothes and nobody let me go down at church and go talk to people when I wear clothes. They say then you're picking another me pen clothes not tan good. That's the only thing
True.
Leroy saying I did. He
Uh,
said
uh,
when
uh,
you
and,
have a
and
me pen, make sure say the clothes where you have on. And
mhm.
Jason can't tell you whether you ever see Lisa a me pen naked.
But Sister Myrtle,
So
that is what I'm talking about. You and Daddy Bunny has been putting these good moral values in her.
but
So
you have to make the love, make she
Exactly.
feel make the child feel the love.
yeah, but
Yes, you're
that was
putting
a
in the
part
That
of
is
that
value,
was a
but
true,
you
part
Sister
of that was a
Mary.
part of you
don't want them
loving the child
don't want
also,
them to be scared. Me don't want them to
That
be scared.
yeah,
True.
you
And you
know.
know what I would like to add? Being strict doesn't mean you doesn't show your child love. Because I can tell you from
Uh,
Exactly.
experience,
right.
my
Exactly.
husband is not that strict parent. My husband is easy going, him free, make everything pass. He don't even beat his children. Me are the strict mother.
At one
Member
time
good say,
Leroy ever beat Lisa. One
member
big
good
amp
say,
on her birthday.
Alicia
One time.
can't hold boyfriend argument with Mr. Anderson up till now. Alicia 20. Alicia have to hold it with me. And I make everybody that think she would afraid of. Any boyfriend argument, any like argument, Alicia hold it with me. Can't go to Mr. Anderson with him. No time. So being
So
strict no mean that
so
you don't show your child love and don't let them be comfortable.
Yeah.
you yeah.
Yeah.
Important
Talk to
point
them.
here in the chat to note, some parents aren't even invested in their children nowadays.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
That
We don't
is
have
wow.
that
time
is
for that.
that is that just
That
broke
is
my
bad.
heart.
Yes.
That broke my
But
That
heart.
that
is
is a
bad.
reality. That is a
That
reality.
is
Um,
bad. That is bad.
Wow.
And
it,
Brother
That
Freckleton
is
is also saying, even though it's there on the
But I choose
platform,
them.
people now pre how to be parent more.
there isn't a manual how to become a parent. But I
No,
think
there isn't.
you're right one. Sister Boyd, Have you written one? You can't tell me which
Is
one.
it the
You
right
can't
one?
tell me
Mr. Boy says you're initially.
When I'm
Yeah,
retired, when I'm
but
retired and I'm ready to
think
write my
I
book.
think I think we all learn. Every parent have a different way how to deal with their child or their children. How I deal with mine a different way because it all come down to the how the child is.
That
And
again too, because I can't
if
deal
you
with
have
Alicia the
six
same way I deal with
children or
Pinky.
three children, how you deal with Alice, you can't deal with Pinky. So
Can't deal with Pinky, so.
a mother have
Alicia,
to
I mean,
have
could I lick Alicia
three
for
different
everything and
ways
she
to
hear.
deal with
Pinky,
three
it don't make
different
sense to beat
children.
her.
Yeah,
Beating her for Alicia, beating her
but
for Pinky.
the certain things stay the same where a child misbehaves. There's a particular correction. It might not be beating. You understand? Yeah,
Beating her for Pinky,
the
Jason, so many even better
exactly.
try.
No, that's what I'm saying. The child does something wrong, or steps out of line, etc. And there's a way of correcting it. Um, but taking it back to dancehall, we can from the tender age of the child, there are certain music that you play in your home, and you constantly play it there. When he goes to school and these songs that he learns, when he comes home, you know that your rule is these type of songs, it's what you play in your house, right? So you
Unless
continue to play those songs. You continue to play those songs because I I realized also that over in COVID, this app, what they call it again, this new app. What's the new app again, sir? TikTok. TikTok has taught so many persons some songs, some really lewd songs too. Some of them I had to listen or try to find the songs on YouTube to hear what the songs are really saying. Not all the songs are proper songs. Some they take out like a miniature piece out of them, and we are putting these songs on our videos and stuff like that, and we are putting them out there. So it's also understanding the content and knowing what is there also, right?
So
Um,
true.
and
Ethan,
and
boy,
and,
they're
and
so
if,
on
if you
point.
don't know, yeah,
So
if you don't
so
know,
true.
you
Yes,
can't
one entire
make
100%
class at
a
agree with
Eton
your
correction,
Deacon Boyd.
suspension because of that. Grade
you
6A,
know?
one entire class gets suspension
Yeah, man.
because of the same TikTok thing, where they come and display it in the classroom. The principal said they reverse him school and all time 21 years worth of teaching since the children were
Exactly.
home for COVID and come back to school.
Yes, yes. So it is there. We won't stop it. We won't stop dancehall. We can't stop dancehall. It is so ingrained in our culture, right? So what we have to continue to do, as I said earlier, continue to play the role of the best parent that you can be, right? And Brother Freckleton will also tell you there are so many outlets that are there to help you. And I have members here from the parenting department in this group of my church, right? That there are plethora, there's so much other organization that will help you in just training up your child in the right way, assisting you. Understand? So really and truly,
and
we
God, me
we,
not
we
body train again. Me parenting kind of done, you know. My
no, you
children
will
then
have
get big.
no man.
All of my children
You
then get big.
you will have to affect your grandchildren.
Them mother have them, parents
And
have
your
them.
grand now. Yeah, we grand them
Yeah,
for
man.
teach.
But me not
Yes.
have them around me.
No, no worry.
Yeah, only for
No
church
worry
and only
yourself,
in the
they soon give your
community.
great grand.
Me a wait for Jesus one. The son.
Not left to
And
start Selena. You
And I
know,
and I
speaking of
Angelina, me not understand how you're
speaking of
quiet, so you know,
this,
Angelina.
I won't even comment.
I
I
was
just say so.
I was I I was listening to something on my phone, and while I was there listening, I was saying the caption was saying, bet you can. Yes. And I played it over and over and over, and I can't understand it. So I went to a young gentleman that works with me, and I said to him, what this mean? And as I show him, he could tell me what it meant. There was a graduation or a big function, I think it was. And this boy that was supposed to play a music or something. The music that it wasn't worded, but he played the what you do call Brother Freckleton when you just play the drums. No one was
The rhythm.
singing, but
The
he
rhythm.
played
Rhythm.
something, and the entire auditorium of the children, they burst out in laughter. And I was saying, what? When I asked the young man, he said, look, listen to music. And all he must say, listen to music. Me don't know nothing about the music. The music that the young man was playing was a part of a porn song, right? Yes, that he played the
Oh,
rhythm of it.
yes,
And every
yes,
one of the students they knew, because when he played it, everyone, cause me I wonder if somebody come out and drop or whatever, whatever. And when I asked him, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, we as parents, we not even know the things that sometimes they do something, cause I would just take that as a just lucky drum. You understand what I'm saying?
yes, yes,
But when I realized the music that he was playing was a rhythm to something, you
yes.
understand? So we as
It,
parents, I remember I went on a parent training and they're saying, look here, I know that some of us Christian parents, we don't want to listen to TikTok or we don't want to do, yes, we have to, because we have to know what is the trend. When you see your children doing certain things, you want to know what is going on in society. Where do they get it from? Is it that it is a norm for them to do it and so forth? Because I was saying to the educator that was there, why should I listen to TikTok when I know what can come on TikTok? He said, look here, if you want listening for you to know about your children, someone else will do that.
yeah,
So the
My sister
influences
turn on the
are
children at Gina still,
all around, and sometimes we, eh?
And children at Gina bad still,
hello.
Me I
Uh,
tell you, me said it when me said I couldn't get it, and I was saying, sure, and I could not believe. And the young man, looked for the song and played for me to hear the rhythm to the song. You understand? So I'm saying sometimes we parents we
They're
don't know. You
smart.
see, because we not listening to those stuff. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
very smart. Very, very, very sneaking too. Very
Yes,
sneaky. See, I have
well,
some children that are very sneaking in front of your eyes. You get the
So you
best
are
I do
report for
it.
saying,
them. No problem.
And
Hmm?
Selena, I don't know.
so no, not really that I want to finish. No, I'm just saying, Deaconess, you are saying that as parents we ought to be involved, we ought to be informed, we ought to be aware of what is going
mhm.
on.
So I'm doing them
Yeah.
Yes.
originally, dear Jerry.
Yes.
What
The
happened to
We
when
don't
they
want
originally do? I can tell you for
so
instance, one time,
that's
I
why we
tell
have to be
Alicia to
twice
study
as
her
smart
book.
as them. We
Yes,
can't
I tell
allow them to
Alicia to study
outsmart
her book
us.
and I take the Wi-Fi out of her phone. So no Wi-Fi code was in her phone.
Hmm.
But when I look the night and know that she didn't have any data, I say, Alicia, you have data? She said no. But when me look around my room, I see Alicia online. So me I say, no, sir. Oh, Alicia, they online. Me not say nothing to
Mm-hmm.
her. She say,
Marking
she
that.
not have data. She go school, she come back in. Me see her online. Me not say nothing to her. Me say, Alicia, you have data? And she said, no. Me take her phone and check it. You know what Alicia do? And up until now, me no know she do it. Alicia hook up to the Wi-Fi
Enter
when
code.
the laptop. No man, you know enter back a code in her phone, he hook up it on the laptop because the Wi-Fi code in
Hotspot.
her laptop. Me no know how she do it, but she do it up until this blessed day, me no know. But me wait until she online me ground up on her myself. how come they online? What really I go on? And so me get to find out. Them very smart. Up until now, me don't know if you do that. She hook
Very,
up to the laptop and I use her
very.
WhatsApp and text her friend. She hook up the phone to the laptop, so she was texting on her phone, but me don't know how she do it, but she do it though.
So
Maybe
in the
brother
chat
Pipitan
here,
can tell me.
Smart.
Petal's coach is saying that many parents we are not aware, we do not know our children's friend,
No me.
and that is so true.
Not me. Me know my children friend. I then stepfather,
Some
neighbor,
of the
everybody.
parents, like Alina is very young, all of Alina friends at school, so we start
There,
early.
there, 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 uh,
But the
there,
thing
No
is,
there are
friend,
lots.
children
friend,
though,
parents, friend, neighbor,
important,
friend,
and we are
everybody.
supposed to know the parents of the friends also.
There are lots of ways to circumvent that. Uh, you have PTA. You can plan a sleepover with your son and his friends. You can, or here me gone son again.
Yeah, man.
Your
Me a
That's
listen
daughter,
to
right.
you. I'm listening.
your daughter and her friends. Just
We can
to
buy all the
and
sleepover
you
with a
have
word,
the
Me no,
if you
me
don't
no
mind
love
me
his
you
asking.
sleepover, you know. Me no
you
love his
Oh, the
yeah,
sleepover.
sleepover with a word.
and
Oh, to the
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 word.
mother would be
sleepover
a
can
part.
come
The mother
to
would be a
my
part
house.
of the
A
sleepover.
But
sleep
of course,
The
The
sleepover
the
can
the
come on my house, but me not
no,
let
hold
my
on,
child come on your house.
That unfair though.
I am
hold on.
that's not
afraid.
No,
I
fair.
am
That's
afraid
not
that
fair.
no.
Deacon. I am afraid of. I'm talking on this before already. I am afraid
Mm,
of wrong place, wrong time. Me
okay,
hear too much hype on TV. The person was just at the right place, but at the wrong time.
wrong
So
time.
because of that, me take the sleep over. Lisa friend then come here, come sleep, but Lisa now go sleep.
That not fair
Mm,
though.
Well, at that stand,
um,
me take you either take it or leave it. The only place Lisa ever go sleep is Sister Pavel. And you know how she reach over there? She go spend the day with Sister Pavel and one night come. She say, Mommy, make you call me. I say, Mommy, me can't stay. Me say, you did plan to stay before when you leave the morning. She say, no. Me say, okay.
um, but but it can be done. I usually the mom, if it's girls, usually the mother is a part of it. Or if it's a son, you go on a fishing trip, or something like that, where you
And
can
sister boy tell me if
you
it work
can
out. Me
you
never
can
try and I
you
don't plan
yeah,
to.
man, like you can see them in their element. Boys, them are enjoy themselves. If girls, you can have that little tea, not really tea party, but when you're doing the nails or whatever, whatever girls do in that little
When you do it, you
um
tell me that's when you go for
section.
the other big child mate can do it. Yeah.
It
Why we gone far from dancehall
we got
music.
for dancehall, but I guess
So
I
I
guess
was
I
going
guess I guess it went into parenting. Um, yeah,
That
man.
has to be the solution going forward. It
But
has to
that
be the solution
yes,
going forward.
yeah,
Because the dancehall
more.
music or any music in general, any
Mm,
music has the ability to move people. Not just physically, music can move people emotionally, music can move people mentally, music can put you in a good mood or bad mood. Music has so much potential that we don't even appreciate music properly. But in order for us to short circuit, overwrite, and rewire the neurological pathways that, engulf the medulla cortex of the young brain.
hello. Me never gone
uh,
high school, so me no know what you talk
Brother
about. Me
Freckleton.
never go
Well,
Brother
high
the
school,
front
brother
Freckleton.
part, hold
Freckleton.
on, hold on, hold on. The
Brother,
front part of the hold on, the
We're
front
gonna
part
the
of
break
the
it
front
brain,
down.
part
Hold
of the
on.
the
brain
front part of the brain, which is not yet fully developed, even at
fully
age
developed.
18. Even when
Yes.
Yes.
the human is 18, it is not yet fully developed as yet.
Uh, yes.
We as adults, you as parents, we as adults have to be the ones to guide appropriately. It starts
Hmm.
from the home, and I realized that the home not doing them job and expect teachers to do them job, expect
Yes.
police to do them job, expect
Yes.
pastors to do them job, expect the
Yes.
government to do them job. But if we just do our part in the homes, we would have eliminated 50% of the problems going forward. And dancehall music would not have the stranglehold over our
That.
young men. And they are being wasted because of this.
Yeah. That it does.
I
It
kind
does.
of agree with you without them big word there.
Yeah, man. I think that
But
is a very
brother
good point,
Freckleton,
sir.
the society have a problem because a lot of parents will tell us they have to have out their lot our children themselves. So I can't teach my 1 or 2 or 3 year old or even 5 year old anything because the only thing I know is bad word. And and based on that one and him go get one other one and him and that person still not develop. So we always gonna have problem in the society because the people that is having the vast amount of kids are kids themselves, and when they have six, them are just 20 something.
Uh,
They can't teach a
and
child anything. Like them
and
and the
that's what
child are gonna party and dance.
All right,
and
I
that's
have
why I
to
was
run.
saying,
I have
Sister
to run.
Myra.
All
I have to
right.
run,
Yeah.
Brother
Since
Jason. I have a Russian class. I have to run. But I'm happy that Sister Myriel gave that
all
last
right.
bit
Thank you
out.
very much for
Well,
joining.
I know you realize that if you don't have a parenting seminar who turns up, the people who are good parents, anyways.
Exactly.
You will not get them the people who need. This side turn upside down. Yeah.
Exactly. I was just saying, I was just adding. That's why we have to. That's why we have to give the children the resources that they need to go there. Put it in them. Put it in them, man.
All right. So before Brother Freckleton runs, we want to get our final thoughts. All right. So he said he's gonna run, but right here, Petal Touch is saying that the home is the first learning institution. So we are still on the topic, the impact of dancehall on society, and we know that dancehall music, it has a embedded then great influence on our children. So we are saying the solution is better parenting. But what do we do? What do we tell our students? Yeah, we're going to talk about students now. What do we tell our children about dancehall music? Because dancehall music also influence society in a good way also. So what can we tell them the impact of dancehall music in their life and the effect that it can have on them?
Last thoughts
How
from
do you
what we can
steer
tell
them?
them.
Steer them in their direction as you go.
Just be real. Just be real. Be first that moral compass
Mm-hmm.
for the children so that when they are getting other informal education on the road, then they can say, no, man, this contradicts what daddy or mommy says.
Yes.
You get me the point? Some of them will still go and stray. Some of them will fall through the cracks, but ensure that, at the end of the day, because remember, me did fall through the crack already. I'm not gonna pretend like me pristine. Me fall through the crack already, and when me reach past certain levels, and them say, yo, this is not me. I was just so uneasy, so I don't go dance. Me no go dance, me no go party. Me live on my own for so long. Because anytime I reach a one, I'm just so uneasy, so uncomfortable. This is not what daddy instilled in me. And I just part of me. So I'm not go dance in a party. So I don't know. Just be real with the kids because them already know the thing. Them just want you to be real with them. Don't be superficial. Don't be ostentatious. Be real with them.
I want to the man, yes, sir.
Bye, folks. Good night.
All right,
Yes.
You
Brother
hear me say me,
Freckleton,
you hear
thank
me
you
say me
so
no
much
go
for
high
joining
school
us.
and you
Thank
still
you
a
so much.
do me them something.
Really
I
appreciate
think
it.
Simple words, them, man. Simple words, them.
um
All right.
I,
So we
I would
appreciate
I
your
would
presence
I would
here.
say the same thing. So I mean I'll just leave it there. I
Yes.
said it already. I just want to implore the parents to play their role, educate their child. That's what you say, be real with them, monitor their behavior, maintain that relationship with them, maintain that sort of respect across the board, that they will have respect for themselves and respect
Mm-hmm.
towards others, right? Um, 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 we don't want them to just be this sponge absorbing anything. You know, we want them to see it, to understand what it is, but then understand that daddy and mommy did not teach them it that in that way. You know?
All right. So before we move on to Sister Mariela and Israel, and I want to share what they're saying in the chat here. Brown is saying, or encourage your child and never stop praying for them. Ariel is saying, I remember my mother used to ensure that every single, what deaconess is gone, turn off. Every single Sunday I was in Sunday school when I was small. So she was laying the foundation. I want to also point out two things also that we can do to help our children as it relates to the dancehall music. Even this song, the chopper song. Me not really hear, me not know this song, me never really hear it, but me know it's real because me know say my nephew him like it. Both of them, the chopper song. Cause them always a talk about the chopper. So even though some of us as parents we are Christians, we can take our sons, our daughters, and we hear them talking about these things and we sit them down and we go through the song with them and explain in depth too what that mean, what that word is saying. If you choose that type of lifestyle, what can happen to you? So that's another way that we can help. Also, with our girls, we have to teach them to value themselves. I remember, I don't, I think it was on TikTok, either on TikTok or it was Facebook Reel. I was watching, and this young lady, she turned up her bottom and she had danced. It is something that we have always seen in the dance hall, and they spray something pan her bottom. And then the guy come with the lighter and light it. And she literally catch a fire and she have to run and a jump and a try to hold the fire. So sometimes some of the behavior that we see our ladies, our girls, they portray in the dancer is because we don't teach them as parents too. Sometimes we do, and if because of peer pressure, because they want to be a part of, they choose the wrong thing. But we need to, from a tender age, we need to let them know how to value themselves and the value to place on themselves. Let me read this one and then I'll go straight over to the ladies. Me never fall through. Me grow up in a street, so I'll try and prevent my children from the street. So the lifestyle that you have lived, you don't want your child or your children to live it. Self identity is key. I think it's not in that, but self identity is key. Know who you are and the value that you place on yourself as a woman or even as a man also, because our boys need to learn to value themselves.
But and as I hear you say that self identity, who teaches them identity? Who lets
The
them know?
parents
You
must be
know,
the
it
parents.
has to be. And if that's why if it falls down there, you know, society will be worse off. The foundation was not set. And that's the importance of parents. Why? Every time I think about it, I cringe, you know, every time I think about it. Just to know that you are not there to actually raise the child up in the way that you want to really see this child be a productive member of society, and not productive as just to sit in an office and work for someone, but even to make their own change to society, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a big thing.
Israel, do you want to add your two piece? Sister Mariel?
You hearing me?
Yes,
Yes.
clearly.
I'm not
Not
hearing
hearing,
it.
not hearing you again. Go ahead, Sister Mariel, until she.
You hearing me now?
Yes.
We don't hear what you said before.
All right. I was saying that my final thoughts to the
Mm-hmm.
young girls and young boys. Just listen to the songs. If you follow these artists, them turn you an idiot, because they are telling kill man and home shot in a boy and them see a man they wanted, kill man and get wanted, they no response for you and no liar business. And them see a man when you say boy, you take girl man, and them see a man come out and say, boy, what tired by the girl out of season. Them only take man for you all time.
Wait,
You
wait.
can't follow them.
Yes,
Them
man.
look
Same
here, they
thing.
will turn you an idiot. You just have to
Yes,
value
man.
yourself and know yourself. Because they
Yes.
would think you on one side them a build you up and on the other side them a tear you down.
Tear it
So you
down.
have to know
Exactly.
yourself. They are just in it for
Exactly.
money making, right?
From
And to
money.
make them keep themselves relevant and current in the dancehall. And that's it for them. But we take it personal and try to identify with the songs that they do, and that is where we go wrong. They don't care about you like that. They're just thinking about making money. If you listen, they sing a lot of negative stuff, so they'll tell you do this, and next time they come and tell you do that. So you have to just know. That are my final thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Deaconess. Over to you now, Sister Mariel.
Well, as she said, they're making money. That's their job. Whether it be positive or negative, that's their job. The only one where me know, the only one where me hear and it's sticking at me. And the one where say girl in a bungle and whatsoever and whatsoever. Cause me not hear them the song there when me I hear me don't know them. But they are doing their job. And one day I was listening one that they were having an interview with, and the guy said if him not sing them kind of song, he no get no rating
Mhm.
because of the most of songs them if you check in review or whatever, a ladies. So most of the money when you have in
Yes.
him pocket, a ladies. So apparently
Oh,
our species is not so sensible. Because if me have my husband or my boyfriend and him a sing and tell me saying one girl in a bungle and whatsoever, whatsoever, what me I do with him? Hmm? Because I not only sing him or tell me now say oh look, that means I will heap of we want. What me I do with him? And if you sing one
me
other one and
alone is
say
not
turn up
enough.
and whatever you turn up and that means say me and your girlfriend. I am your girlfriend, and you're gonna sing those songs and tell other women to turn up whatever and this and that. You don't respect me. You don't respect your mother. You don't respect your sister. You don't respect woman and a whole. And they may tell me say a woman put them within there. That means they look like something wrong with my species. Either we head space no good or whatever, but something is wrong with us as ladies. Because if I only that they sang, so what happened to my friend Beres? Where I tell you say you feel love and this and that and them they
Yeah.
sang the whole and then I reach nowhere. Ah, Beres sang them candid. Tell me say
All
you love
about
me from
yeah, them
now till
singing.
next
Yes,
year.
brown.
Me
They don't
we
really
agree.
care about.
We as ladies don't care about ourselves and we don't respect ourselves. If we respect ourselves, we would not. That's my
Oh,
2 cents.
I, yes.
Yes, you wanna have two more cents, boy?
No, I was just saying, I was just adding that, it's really the culture.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get rid of it because
Yeah.
the other day I was looking at some dancehall clothes from the 90s, 89, 80s to the 90s. and they were pretty revealing. Even the tights thing that I see coming back,
No,
it
them
was
a long
basically
time
the
something,
same thing.
brother boy. Them the type, them
You
the
know?
I used to call them shorts. Me know
You
those from
know?
me a little pitney because the
Yeah,
short catch
exactly.
you right under where your panty would have stay. So in that
Yeah,
sense,
Mm-hmm.
you only have on the shorts, you don't have on the panty because like this, so it would have stay. Me know them there.
yeah.
Just
So
like how me know the big heel boot and
So it's
whatever
nothing
and
new.
the bell foot pants. Though from me a small
yeah,
pitney me know those. So they're just
uh,
coming back again.
and those really really huge gold earrings. You
Yeah,
know,
and the Afro hairstyle.
so it has been in the culture so long. It is so ingrained. Use that word again, meaning it is so deep within our culture. We're not gonna get rid of it. So
Yeah,
it is
dancehall is
best.
a part of our culture. It sells our
Yeah,
culture.
yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Yeah, dancehall.
It
Yeah,
would
we
be
know
without
about
them.
because
So
it's not the dance
mhm,
all, because dancehall is dancehall. It's how you it's the words of the song where you do in a dancehall. And that are my
Yes.
thing.
mhm,
That's
exactly.
where
And
the
then
issue.
even yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's so it has
Even from then,
changed over the years then. It has changed over the years.
I think
Different
it get
parts.
more derogatory.
Right.
it, it and it did
Yes,
derogatory a
there's no
long time.
question
But
about that.
it's
It get more
just how it is
derogatory because
spoken. It goes yeah, them a talk about it plainer. They're not going around, under my
They're not
sling
using any
thing,
pun and
under my
those things
sling
in the
thing,
yeah,
lyrics.
they
thing,
never
me
so
under
yeah,
me,
because even when
you
Bob
know,
Marley sing song about war and so, it never come out like oh
yeah,
these people would have carried them out. Yeah, if you
yeah,
have to sing and listen and say, you know what him a talk about or so him a talk about, you have to read between the lines. But
Yeah.
them are people, young people now, they're giving it to you raw. And those
yes,
songs
that
mostly
is it.
used to play in
You can't
dancehall.
buy the banding song anymore on radio.
Yeah, some
No,
song when
not
I
really.
used to.
And
No,
everything free up now. First time the usual band song. Me remember when them band Bounty Killer anytime. Hungry again, you go see
yeah,
me nine.
And
The song
then
now
yeah,
band
yeah.
again. Thing gone.
Because
okay,
nowadays what they do Israel, they have the clean version and the clean
yeah,
version them used to play it over the radio and so forth
but
and on the
but but
television, and when they go to the what they
the
call it now, like the
dancehall
reggae
now,
fun fest and those
yeah,
things, they
yeah, the
play
dirty
they
version.
hear the dirty
You go to
version
dub plate and so.
or you buy it
Mm.
and you get the dirty version as they would say. So
Okay, bless
as we
you
have
all.
all said, the dancehall, it is so embedded in our culture. There's no way of escaping it. So it is now left up to us as parents. We can't blame it on society. We cannot blame it on the government because you have some person who will say, "Oh, Prime Minister, the government need to step in and this and that." No,
Okay,
but we have to do
them
our
money that
part. That's where they're getting their revenue from. A lot of tourists coming in as a result of
mhm,
these dancehall and events
yeah,
associated
reggae
with
summerfest.
dancehall. So it's us as
Yeah,
parents, we have to do our part.
It's
Yes,
parenting.
right.
I
So
think
I
parenting get
what
much harder now. Do
what
you
was that,
believe?
Sister Mariel?
I think parenting get a little harder now.
Yes, I
Parenting get
believe
a
so
little
too. I
harder.
believe so too. Because there are a lot of
yes,
restrictions too. 'Cause they
yes,
come into your home now and telling you what to do and what not to do. So
mm-hmm.
that is for another discussion. But we
Yeah.
still have to try and
Yeah,
Uh,
and do our part.
And
Now
then
we
you have
know
a
what
child and the,
Generation
the
X first.
and your child I get one phone from him at 3 or 4 year old.
You
Generation Z
can
we got
hear.
now.
ah,
Well, ask God to give us the health and the strength.
yeah,
to look, teach these generation whatsoever they gone.
Well, um, I'm gonna close off for
Good night.
Everybody gotta left me.
It look so Ancelena gone, so Jason them in our ear, Jason. And me and you
yeah.
one left.
She yeah, I
Yes,
was
I'm
just
come back
going
now.
to close off for her, but uh
She's gone.
she is trying to come back online.
Okay.
But I just we have to do our part, sisters. We have to do our part. If we don't, we're gonna lose them. We're gonna lose the kids. And Sister Mariel, you have influence. A lot of person know you, a lot of person see around. So you can affect the two and three that are near you. You know. Um, the same thing for Deaconess Ezra. There are young people that are close, but close to her. Even I could go further and say she has family members who look up to her, young teenagers. So, she have the opportunity to affect their lives also. So also do I, in the position that I work on, and also at my church and in my community, there are people who I try to live and show them a certain different type of lifestyle. There's a young man that lives at my home now. Every chance I get to talk to him about going down the right way, I share with him. Um, though sometimes he doesn't listen, but um, for the
Then most
most part,
listen.
for the most part, he respects what I say, and he can't say I didn't say anything to him or I didn't encourage him. So that is the big part. That's the big part for me. All right, you
All
can
right,
close.
guys. So, Boy did the best for me already. So, thank you all for joining. Hoping to see you all again next week at 8:30 p.m. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.
You too, dear. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Pray for the
How
boy.
long?
Yes, I
Hold
prayed for
on,
that
gotta go
that
again.
baby boy that I heard about.
Wait, I turn that come back.
No,
Where she
no,
there?
stop. Let's see her. Let's see her. What's she there?
Turner say benediction, Turner.
She not come with us here.
Oh, take me here.
All right. Later. Bye bye. Sleep well.
Bye bye, bye
God
bye,
bless.
bye bye.
Bye
Have a
bye.
blessed night.
You too. Thanks.
And this will go on your yard.
No, I'm here go me now. I'm going home
Read
and
your gala, Hi.